गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो। थैंक यू प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा। धन्यवाद। प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other? Okay. Okay, we'll start with the invocation prayers. Then the recap will commence. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांच श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं तजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्य च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जेतां सुरतौ पंगुर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बुजौ राधा मदन मोहनौ दिव्याद् वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमः श्रीमद् रत्नाकर सिंहासनस्थितौ श्रीमद् राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ पृष्ठालिभिसेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान रासरसारंभी वंशीवटतटस्थित कर्सन वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तुनः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। Now we'll offer our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. नमो महापदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नमने घोरोतिस नमः। O most munificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing the pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tisa Krishnam Sangopangostra Parsadam Yagge Sankirtana Praye Riyajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Nana Shastra Vicharanake Nipuno Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manya Saranya Karo राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद भजनान आनंदेन मत्तालिको वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको। I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are all honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. With this, I welcome all the devotees to the today's session. As you know, we are studying 11th Canto, Chapter 2. I have covered the lesson 142 in the last session. 143 will be today, and part of chapter 2 will continue with lesson 144. Before we begin lesson 143, let us have the recap of the previous class, that is lesson 142. Prabhuji, your mic is off. Yes, now it is all right.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Okay. The Fridays we got only 15 minutes. I'll try to do as quick as possible. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this seva opportunities. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we were doing the recap of this 142. Okay. Today, let us start with these things. Uh, yeah, Hare Krishna. So these are the set of questions, okay, which we have. And in this particular session, we started, okay, trying to understand the first two questions, that is what is highest good, and then nature of characteristic of three classes of the devotees. Okay. These are the two questions which we are focusing in this particular lesson 142, which Prabhuji has provided, Prabhuji has given the session last week. So now here, let us see the slide 3 here. Okay, the slide 3 again, it is summarizing over here, introduction to the teachings of 9 Yogendras, okay, to King Nimi. Yeah, that is what we are seeing here. Narada responded to the questions of Vasudeva by recounting the 9 questions of the King Nimi, answered successfully by 9 Yogendras. Yeah, so this is what we are going to see. And now let us jump into the themes directly. Okay, the first theme is going to be the devotion and surrender. So that is coming under, okay, the curse upon the Yudu dynasty. That as an elaboration of that, we have seen around 6 to 8 themes we have. So let us understand each of the theme. The first theme is, okay, devotion and surrender. So as you know, Bhagavata Dharma as a supreme spiritual path, okay, that is being Charu Prabhuji has explained. So I'm not going to spend time on explaining each of the theme. Instead of directly, we jump into a small simple question so that we'll have more of a interactive discussion. So the first question could be, what is Bhagavad Dharma in your own simple terms? What is Bhagavad Dharma in your own words?
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Dharma is the self to achieve is the path of self-realization, is the path of how to get the liberation, how to get the service, how to do the service of Lord, and all this we see,
Okay.
for being so, to get liberation, all these things, we should be humble.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Thank you. So it's more of a loving one's life, okay, in loving service to the Supreme Lord. Okay. That is what the key. And with surrender in heart. Yeah. That is what is Bhagavad Dharma in our own life.
Bhagavad
In
Dharma
one
basically it is devotional service,
devotional
loving
service. Yeah. In a
service.
simple word, it is a devotional service. That's it.
And loving devotional service
Loving
is
devotion.
what is service.
Yes. Loving service to Supreme Lord. Okay. Devotional service is the Bhagavata Dharma. Yeah. Right, Krishna. So and then the rarity of human life, we know that. So we got this Janma, okay, and it is very, very rare opportunities for us. So I just want to ask you one question, okay. So what do you think danger in wasting human life, okay, which is such a great opportunity we got? Prabhuji has explained in a very detailed way, okay, last time.
Hare Krishna,
How
Prabhuji.
precious
Because
it
in
is.
human life, we can chant, we can get sadhu sang, all these services to find Lord. We can do only in the human life. No
Mm.
others, no other species we can do.
Okay, okay. So what is so danger, okay, in wasting our
प्रभु जी हरे
human
कृष्णा।
life? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
जन्म जो मनुष्य जन्म मिला है वो बहुत ही दुर्लभ है।
Hmm.
और अगर उसका हमने सही उपयोग नहीं किया तो फिर वापस हम ये डेथ और बर्थ के साइकिल में फंस जाएंगे और 84 लाख स्पीसीज में वापस परिभ्रमण करेंगे।
Yes.
तो अगर ये जो इंटेलिजेंट व्यक्ति जो है ओके कि हम उसका उपयोग करें और अच्छे से साधना करें अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ गुरु गोरंगा, तो हम इसमें से बाहर आ सकते हैं।
Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So we'll move to the
इसमें
next.
कहा था कि प्रभु जी, एक मानुष जन्म, एक भजन आता है जो कि अक्सर मैं छोटी थी तब सुनती थी कि मानुष जन्म बहुत दुर्लभ, वो ऐसा कुछ एक भजन बहुत दुर्लभ बताया। तो वो गाना तो याद नहीं है। तो इस
बहन जी, अब टाइम भी तो नहीं है अभी।
Yeah.
जी जी भाई जी।
Okay. The role of Guru is the next theme. Okay. I just want to understand. Okay. Through a question. Even though we have so many scriptures, okay, why do you think the Guru is very essential for every human? In our own words.
Guru is he imparts the knowledge in such a way that it is being directed, it can be channelized in a way to achieve the goal.
Mm.
Without the guru, there is a lot of knowledge, but what knowledge is for that particular student, that only guru knows.
Yes.
So guru's role is the most important role, and a person who is very, very fortunate gets guru in human life.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sadhu Sangha.
Yeah. Thank you.
गुरु इज अ तत्वदर्शी उनको तत्व का पूरा ज्ञान है। दैट्स व्हाई ही कैन इम्पार्ट द नॉलेज टू हिज शिष्य।
Yep, yep. Thank you, Mataji. So the nature of devotees over there, 3 classes we have seen, beginner, intermediate, advanced, that all we discussed. But I have one question on this. Okay, generally we think that like we should not be comparing, but here, in our shastras only, it is been classified the devotees on 3. So how does it help us? Why do you think it is been classified, and how does it help us?
वो हेल्प ऐसे करता है। अच्छा प्रभु जी प्लीज कैरी ऑन।
No, you go ahead, Mataji. You started.
ओके प्रभु जी।
Yeah.
ये क्लासिफिकेशन इसलिए दिया गया है कि हम अपने आप को देख सके कि हम कहाँ पे है। अगर हम स्टार्टिंग के फेज में है कनिष्क अधिकारी, तो हम
Yes.
आगे प्रोग्रेस कर सके। दैट्स व्हाई द
Exactly.
क्लासिफिकेशन इज देयर।
Perfect. You hit the nail, Mataji. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Okay, next theme is theme. Okay, yeah, the illusion of the illusion of material existence. Yeah, that is Maya. So let us have one question on this. So why does Maya causes fear for all of us? Okay, why do you think so? Is this Maya is really fear for us? Why
If
does
we are
Maya cause
facing
fear?
the Lord, then it will not fear us. Then
Mm.
then we shouldn't be scared of Maya. But if
Mm.
we are away from Lord, then definitely we should be scared, and we are fearful then.
Yeah. Most of the times, generally, we are not, sometimes the devotees are not fear of Maya at all. But actually, as you rightly mentioned, we have to see whether are ye with Krishna or ye away from Krishna. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mataji. The next thing is the power of association with saintly people. Okay. My question towards the same subject. Okay. Why saintly association is so powerful? Even though we have Shastras, we have Zoom calls and all these things. Saintly association is also so powerful. It could be in Zoom. Okay. It could be even in direct as well. Yeah. It is so powerful. What do you
Hare
think?
Krishna, yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So this is the without association, there's no hope. Even as you said, Shastra there, the knowledge is everything is there,
Mm,
but we are forgetful.
mm,
We make it last. We need a road lamp, somebody to guide us and take us towards it and help us to cultivate the required
mm,
understanding.
mm.
For that purpose, the Guru, for the Sadhu and Shastra, along with that, Sadhu's association is also required.
Yes, yes. The consciousness. Okay. As a,
Conscious.
here, there is a word consciousness and deeper understanding. That will happen also through sadhu sangha. Okay. Through saintly association. Yeah. With the saintly association. Yeah.
Prabhuji,
Thank you.
can I add something?
Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead, Mataji. Yeah.
Although it is a personal journey, but in Kali Yuga, you cannot, like, it is said that you have to do along with the whole society or congregation.
Mm,
Then only it is beneficial. Otherwise, there are
yeah.
pitfalls, there are danger of falling down. So, sadhu sangha.
Perfect. Thank you, Mataji. So we are moving to the next slide, slide 8. Here, the transformative power of devotional service, okay, which is Bhagavata Dharma. Okay. So I just want to ask, okay, this is word, why the bhakti is being called so much of transformative? Okay. Why it is being transformative everywhere? Yeah.
बिकॉज भक्ति करने से ही हमारा जो हृदय है वो प्योरीफाई होता है, हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस प्योरीफाई होती है
Hmm.
और हम वो जर्नी में आगे जा सकते हैं.
Ah. It's not just removing the sins. Okay. It is changing it. It is ensuring that you do not repeat the sins. Yeah. That is the
यस
trans.
प्रभु.
Yeah.
जो पाप करने की जो वृत्ति होती है वो
Ah.
नष्ट हो जाती
Buddhist. Yes. Yes. Perfect.
है.
Thank you very much. The next theme, the Narada Muni, the compassionate spiritual guide. Yeah. So why does Krishna send Narada instead of, okay, he can directly answer, right? Okay. But he has not done that. He has sent Narada. Why do you think he has done? He's doing something like this. Very easy answer.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Yeah, go
बिकॉज
ahead. Yeah.
बाय दिस नारद बताना चाहते हैं कि वो उसका एज ए गुरु और शिष्य का जो संबंध है उसको हाईलाइट.
Exactly. Guru Parampara. Okay. So Krishna always respects that. Okay. You have to get the knowledge through a Guru. Perfectly. You down the nail. Thank you. So next theme, the illusion of material existence. That is Maya. Okay, I'll ask very fundamental question. Like we generally talk about Maya. Okay, we are worried. Okay, but sometimes scared or something like that. Is Maya is really enemy for us? Hare Krishna.
Answer is Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. The answer is no. Maya is not
Ah,
a problem. Maya is the energy of the Lord, and Maya is also serving the Lord. So
ah.
if we want to keep away from him, Maya helps us to keep away from the Lord. If we want to be towards, Maya can help us move towards the devotional service also.
In
So
fact,
both
Maya
way
is
Maya
only
acts
helping
in.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maya is only helping us to, okay, taking it near.
बिकॉज हमारी जो फ्री विल है, हमें अगर मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में रोमिंग करना है तो वो हमें पूरी हेल्प करते हैं.
Yes, perfect. Mataji. The next theme, the rarity and thus precious as human life. Okay. So, like many times, like we call things as a very urgent, no? We are at a very emergency situation. Yes or no? Okay. So, like many times, like we are at an emergency situation. We is there anything like um, do you think, okay, according to your opinion, devotional life, okay, can we wait, okay, till at certain age?
No, Prabhuji, it is
No.
the most immediate requirement of
Yes.
any human jiva tattva.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Let's move to the next theme. Theme 5: the nature of Supreme Lord and his devotees. The nature of Supreme Lord and his devotees. Okay, I'll ask a very, very fundamental question here. Okay, the nature of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. See, why, okay, in Krishna consciousness and Vaishnava philosophy, okay, the God is mentioned as a personality. It has been discussed in length last time.
क्योंकि इसमें प्रभु जी इसमें गॉड का फॉर्म्स और क्वालिटीज के बेसिस पे उसको पर्सनल माना गया है, वाइल अदर इन पर्सनल उसमें तो फिर उनका कोई फॉर्म नहीं है, वो क्वालिटी।
Once Krishna is a person, then only the love comes, right? I need to take something to Krishna. I need to offer something to Krishna. I need to show something what I have done to Krishna. Yeah. If it is impersonal, what is that you show? Yeah. So love requires a person. Okay. And Krishna is a person. Yeah. It's very important. Otherwise, the devotion will not come. Yeah. That's a key thing over there. Next.
मुझे भक्ति और भगवान के बीच भक्त और भगवान के बीच में भक्ति है जो रेसिप्रोकल वे में काम करती है।
Yes. Thank you, Mother. Next thing is the process of hearing and chanting, Bhagavata Dharma. Okay. So I'll ask one question. Okay. This hearing and chanting will bring the perfection to all of us. Is there anything else is required? Hearing Krishna and chanting.
Remembrance.
Remembrance. Okay. Yeah.
The serving component is also very important. Prabhupada translated bhakti as devotional service.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
All these
loving devotional service.
Loving devotional service. All these things make us perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That is what is Bhagavata Dharma. I'm trying to wrap it up in few more minutes. Now, theme 7: the unity of all living beings in God. So, having this kind of consciousness, okay, as I mentioned in the subject, how does it affect our daily life? The unity of all beings, all living beings in God. Yeah. So, how does this affect in our daily life, Prabhuji Mataji?
It is like a realization. Once you realize this, you will definitely by default practice non-violence and compassion in your life.
Yes.
So because like in everything there is God, so you would not try to hurt God.
Perfect.
So,
it gives a sense of universal brotherhood.
Exactly. We respect everyone, and there is no non-envy will be there, and we will have that service attitude with everyone. Correct?
It nurtures a sense of connection with all the divine.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. The next theme is the role of sadhu sangha, associating with serving saintly personalities. Associating with serving saintly personalities. Okay. Okay. Can association compensate? Okay. I'll ask a different question. See, the sadhu sangha is being repeated so many times. Correct? Yes or no? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, why? What is it? Main triggering points? Maybe one or two reasons you want to give. We already discussed, in fact, okay, but this is a very important theme. In fact, we discussed in this session itself, last 10 minutes.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, साधु सेवा से हमारे भगवान के प्रति प्रेम बढ़ता है और कथा सुनने की ज्यादा से ज्यादा इच्छा होती है, और जैसे जैसे कथा सुनते हैं तो भक्तों की सेवा करने की ज्यादा से ज्यादा इच्छा है.
It's main
This
theme.
is the circle.
Yeah. Because of sadhu sangha, the consciousness, the transformation of the consciousness takes place because the association is there, right? That shapes up. Okay. So as you rightly mentioned, okay, because of that reason, sadhu sangha is the utmost important, okay, in this Krishna conscious journey. Yeah.
Spiritual
Remember,
development.
there's a famous verse there. Sushrushoshradhanasya Vasudev Katha Ruchi. That Rakshamata, you were saying exactly that.
Yeah,
कि
exactly.
हमें नेचुरल रुचि ही नहीं है, हमें वो सिर्फ साधु संग करने से रुचि मिलती है.
Yeah.
And sadhus protect us when we go off the road, off the track. He brings us back on the track.
यस प्रभु जी, इसमें वही है बताया, स्यात् महत सेवा विप्रा पुण्य तीर्थ निषेवण. जैसे अगर आप महत महत पुरुष की सेवा करेंगे तो कथा की रुचि बढ़ेगी, कथा की रुचि बढ़ेगी तो ये हमारा सेवा बढ़ेगा.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I tried to wrap it up in 15 minutes. Okay. I think it took
Very
16
good,
minutes.
Prabhuji. You
Thank
did a
you.
wonderful job, Prabhuji. In 15
Thank you,
minutes,
Prabhuji.
you did a best job.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Very good.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you.
Thank you.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी.
One word about this impersonalism. We'll be studying much more later on. Impersonal means what? No attributes, no qualities. And if there is such a God, he is totally useless. He cannot hear us, we cannot hear him, we cannot tell anything to that Lord. What is the use of that Lord? That's why there is no use of such a Lord. Okay, we'll
Prabhu.
start with
Important.
we'll start with today's class. As we know, what is the story going on in this? Narada Muni, when he came to Dwarka, he went to the house of Vasudeva. Vasudeva ji, he asked him some questions, and to answer that, Narada Muni is recollecting the conversation between the Nava Yogendras and King Nimi. Okay. Today, basically, we will be seeing Sadhu Sangha, and in the next class, we will be seeing the three types of devotees. Basically, this is what is being, we will see. Now, as you know, these 9 Yogendras, the names you know, they are the total liberated souls. They travel unchecked to the planets of the Devatas, the perfected mystics, the Sadhyas, the heavenly musicians, the yakshas, the human beings, the kinnaras, the serpents, and as they wish, they can travel to the worlds of the sages, the charanas, the ghostly followers of Lord Shiva, the Vidyadharas, the Brahmanas, the cows, everywhere. And here also we saw the power of the process of bhakti, taking shelter of bhakti, faith, that is astha, just having faith in the process. What to speak of performing it? A person will never be strongly affected by pride. In karma or yoga, the practitioner becomes proud. That means the obstacles cannot overpower him in bhakti yoga. Moreover, taking shelter of bhakti, whether having his eyes open or closed while running, the person does not stumble down or fall. Someone may offer an easy process and say, run with your eyes closed using the method taught by me, but do not have any doubt about this. Running means moving by putting a foot forward and placing it on the earth. One may stumble by going a little, and more likely one will fall by moving longer. But if one performs a little or a lot of one anga of the bhakti, as you know, there are 9 angas of bhakti. As per Prahlad Maharaj, as per Ramayana, there are 9 angas. As per Narada Pancharatra, there are 8 angas. But if somebody performs just one anga, there is no loss as there is in karma or yoga. One will not lose the result by performing only one anga for a short period of time. This is what is the benefit of bhakti. And though one is ignorant at present, that is closing his eyes, if one performs bhakti without any awareness, it is not a fault. And what to speak of and then performing bhakti with awareness. Not performing even one anga, however, is a fault, since it is said that one should have faith in bhakti. Acting in such a way, one will fall from the correct path. If a person seems to have attained steadiness in perfecting or practicing pure bhakti to the Lord, the bhakti is misfortune if it rejects the rules of Smritis, Smriti, Purana, Pancharatra. That means we have to follow all these also. And one should continue to perform the Vedic ritualistic activities only till one becomes detached from material sense gratification and develops faith for hearing and chanting about the Supreme Lord. In the 11th canto, in the 20th chapter, will come with this verse. And we should know that the devotees should not fear bondage of the samsara. Fear naturally is destroyed for the person who starts bhakti because of the false identity arising from the imposition of body and senses. And for the jiva who is averse to the Lord, there will be fear of the samsara. But for a devotee, there is no such fear at all. And what is the perfect bhakti? One should sing the names of the Lord, which describe him in different languages, and hear about his birth, activities through scriptures and disciplic succession, and which are sung by the people even ungrammatically. Singing and chanting devoid of attachment to anything else, he should wander around. This we have seen enough in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, as we have been studying, the first question of King Nimi was, what is the highest good? And the answer was devotional service. And as I said, the bhakti, or translated by Srila Prabhupada as devotional service, or to be more exact, it is loving devotional service. Then let us see what is in the slide. Selfless devotion, that is bhakti to Lord Krishna. Bhakti to whom? To Lord Krishna only, not to any demigod or anybody else. It is to the Supreme Lord only. And selfless devotion, that means you do not want anything. Why don't you want anything? Because the Lord, he knows what is good for us, what is bad for us. He will give if he feels it is required by us, and he will not give even if we ask. That is what is the situation. The text passionately underscores the paramount importance of devotional service to Krishna. They reveal that even the most liberated souls and powerful demigods revere him in their worship. That means the perfected beings, they also worship him. The demigods, they also worship him. Everybody worships him. And this theme compellingly positions devotion as the cornerstone of spiritual practice. This is the highest thing, this is the most important thing, and we should know this, highlighting Krishna is the supreme object of veneration. Krishna should be asked for. And if suppose Krishna comes in front of you, what will you ask from him? The most intelligent person will ask him only and not anything from him. He will say, please stay with me. And whenever I want, please show your face to me. Then see, it encapsulates the profound belief that heartfelt devotion allows individuals to transcend the shackles of material existence and attain true spiritual liberation. That means one who is practicing devotional service, he will be able to come over these so many obstacles in this material existence, because this material world is full of difficulties. And if one practices devotional service, not that the difficulties will go away, but he will not feel it. The devotee will not feel the difficulties. That is what is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. Then the role of the saints and sages. elevated figures like Narada and Rishabhdev emerge as essential spiritual guides. Narada, you know, the son of Brahma, and Rishabhdev is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, illuminating the path to salvation and exuding compassion for all beings. And these great sages, they are very, very compassionate to the human beings, and that's why they guide them. And their exemplary deeds highlight the vital role of spiritual authority and the transformative influence that saints wield in guiding humanity towards the understanding and worship of the Supreme. We have to take help of these saintly persons. If we think we will study the books, we'll just hear what is given in the YouTube and we'll learn. No, we have to learn from the spiritual authorities in the disciplic succession, not from anybody and everybody, because that is the correct thing. And this theme reinforces the notion that spiritual leaders are instrumental in imparting wisdom and nurturing the growth of devotion among their followers. Suppose you assume that there were no spiritual guides, the saints like these people, Narada and Rishabdev and many others, then this world would have been much different. Now we are talking of obstacles. You know what is the biggest obstacle for all of us to reach the Supreme Lord's destination? It is attachment to self and others, like this world and family. But if you analyze it a little more carefully, you see if one is attached to the body, as we know from Bhagavad Gita, we are the spirit souls. Now, what about the body? This type of bodies we have seen or we have shedded in millions and billions of lifetimes. That means the body is not permanent, it is not important. What about our relationship with others, our family, our friends, everybody? Because they are also not permanent. But who is permanent? The permanent is the Supreme Lord. That's why we should establish a relationship with the Supreme Lord and a loving relationship, and that is what is devotional service. Let us go on to the next slide. The transcendental knowledge. The text delves into the pursuit of profound knowledge surrounding dharma, dharma, righteous duty, the essence of self and the Supreme Lord. They stress the transformative impact of hearing and chanting His glories. We have been hearing about these two words, Sravanam, Kirtanam, the impact of hearing and chanting. If we do only this, hear about the glories of the Supreme Lord and chant His glories, then we'll be, and that is the easiest path, and we'll be able to transcend this material world. And this underscores the necessity of grasping spiritual truths to engage authentically in devotional practices. How we should practice devotional practices? We should follow the guru, the sadhus, the scriptures, and the authentic literature, and nothing else. And it emphasizes that when knowledge is harmonized with devotion, knowledge is also required. It paves the way for liberation and the purification of the heart. Now, please remember, knowledge is not what the jnanis they learn. That jnana is different. But what we are learning, this is also jnana, but this is devotional service. This is bhakti. That is what is the difference. And now, please remember that this Vedic literature, they are very difficult to understand. Like for the Vedas, for one to understand, he has to go to a Gurukul and study under a spiritual master. It is not given anywhere that one should study the Vedas by referring to various books or guidebooks. It is not there. And because there are so many languages, so many statements which may appear opposing. I'll give just one small example. Like in the Vedic literature, there are two sentences. One says, Rite Jnanam Mukti. Rite Jnanan Mukti, that means one has to have knowledge for liberation. Now the other thing is also there in the Vedic literature, Kasya Maranan Mukti. If somebody dies in Kashi, he is liberated. Now both these things are different. They are saying different things and they are opposing each other. But if you go to the spiritual master or a sadhu, he will tell you what is the meaning, how both are correct. Because what happens when in Kashi somebody dies, not only human beings but animals or insects or anybody, Lord Shiva, he comes and gives the Rama mantra in his ears, and that's why he attains mukti. That means you have to be very, very careful about these words, knowledge and liberation, what we learn. Now the contrast between the devas and the sadhus. Devas means the the demigods. So the commentary draws a striking contrast between the pursuits of demigods, whose influence can lead to fleeting material happiness or suffering. Now these demigods, they give you, they cannot give you anything on their own. They have been granted to give something out of what has been given to you overall. And if you do not worship them, they will become angry. What is the example? Like in Braja, these Brajavasis, they used to worship Indra, but one year they stopped worshipping. That's why he started pouring the Braja, and he wanted to destroy that. That is what is the nature of the demigods. So they are of no use at all. And that's why it is spoken very clearly that there is no requirement for approaching the demigods. But please remember, we have to respect the demigods because they are the representatives of the Supreme Lord. And the altruistic endeavors of great saints. Altruistic means what? Showing a disinterested or selfless concern for the well-being of others, that is unselfish. The unselfish endeavors of great saints which yield enduring spiritual results, spiritual benefits. That means if we follow the great saints, we will be benefited. Then this distinction elevates the status of true devotees, illustrating the profound and lasting impact of genuine devotion over mere ritualistic worship of deities. Genuine devotional service, so that we understand what it is. But as opposed to that, there are enough people in the material world, or rather, majority of them, they do the ritualistic worship of the demigods. So that is not the correct way. We should worship as in the very beginning. We have seen we have to worship the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna only and nobody else. It reveals that while material deities may respond to superficial offerings, true liberation and happiness are bestowed through the grace of realized saints. Now, what about liberation? Liberation cannot be given by any demigod. Now they can only be given by the Supreme Lord or his faithful saints and nobody else. The faithful saints, they also have the same power. Now here we saw the transcendental activities of the person beyond samsara who has attained prema or devotion to the Supreme Lord. He who has been regulated in this way, particularly one who chants the names of Krishna who is dear to him, or he chants the names which are dear to him. By chanting, he has developed prema. In great longing to see the Lord, his heart melts like molten gold, and he runs after the son of Yashoda. And when Krishna hears the voice of the devotee, he will become very, very happy and he will be able to help us. And let us go to the next slide. Now, the rarity of human birth and association of devotees. This also we see in the previous class and also in the recap. We know that there are 84 lakh life forms, and out of that, the human life form is the best. And we get it after a very long time. And this is for a very short period. That's why it is very, very rare. That's why we should make use of it. The commentary profoundly emphasizes the extraordinary gift of human existence and even more exceptional opportunity to associate with devotees. Not only that we have got this human birth, but the opportunity to associate with pure devotees, we should always try to find out. And this theme accentuates the preciousness of human life as a unique avenue for spiritual growth and underscores the necessity of seeking guidance from those who can illuminate the path. Who can illuminate the path? The saints, the saintly people. We should always try to go after them, seek their assistance, and they are ever ready to help us. It signals the urgency of utilizing human life to cultivate devotion and pursue liberation, as these vital opportunities may not present themselves again. When somebody is in the body of an animal, these are not available at all. That's why we should think that this it is very, very urgent, and we should use this human life and in this life form to pursue for liberation. That is, after death, be in the service of the Supreme Lord. That's all. And the power of hearing and chanting. The text fervently highlights the transformative power of hearing and chanting of the Lord's glories, capable of purifying even those who feel irredeemably fallen. Anybody who is fallen, the most fallen people, they can also be helped by hearing and chanting. That's why doesn't matter if we had not done it earlier, but if we are doing it and doing it sincerely, then we will be benefited. And please don't think that just attending the classes is enough. Beyond the classes also, at other times, we should remember the Supreme Lord, chant His glories, and remember His Leelas. And this theme underscores the practical nature of bhakti, illustrating how even passive engagement in these practices can yield profound spiritual benefits. Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Gita 240. That means even if some amount of devotional service has been performed by somebody and thereafter he has fallen down, there is no loss at all. He will be still benefited. It is not like the money you deposit in a bank. If somebody dies, that money is not given to him, maybe given to his successors. But here, this devotional service, whatever you have done, that remains in your account even after death. That is what is the greatness of this devotional service. It asserts that devotional practice are accessible to anyone, everyone, irrespective of their past, and that genuine participation can lead to liberation. This is very, very important. Even if we have been, or anyone has been a bad character, still then he can follow this path irrespective of his past life, and one day he will be liberated. We know that activity in Krishna consciousness or devotional service, acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification, this is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment at all nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed. Otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent results, so that the next beginning is from 2% onwards. Whereas in material activity, without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse also in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Tyaktva Swadharmam Charnambujam Hare. That means if someone gives up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness and falls down on account of not completing his work, what is the loss on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or in Christianity, there is a saying, it says, what profiteth a man if he gains the whole world, yet suffers the loss of his eternal soul? That's why we should know what is our aim and what is not. Then the next slide, the unity of existence in divine manifestation. The sages express a vivid understanding of the universe as a manifestation of the Supreme Lord, embodying non-dualistic perspective existence. Ultimately, we have to see that what the whatever the Supreme Lord has created, this complete world, that is the trees, the mountains, the stones, the people, the houses, anything and everything, they are a manifestation of the Supreme Lord. And they represent Lord only, and the Lord is there in every atom. And this theme reflects a holistic view of reality, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all things grounded in the divine. That means all the creation of the Supreme Lord, they are interconnected. We all human beings, we are interconnected. That's why there should be no fighting, there should be no disagreement, there should be no ill feeling amongst any one of us. It teaches that recognizing the divine presence in every facet of existence fosters a deeper spiritual realization and a profound sense of oneness with all creation. And if we try to follow these principles, then we will feel that we all are one in the creation of the Supreme Lord and we are not different. And these thematic elements collectively weave a rich tapestry of devotional philosophy, celebrating the significance of personal devotion, the indispensable role of spiritual guides, and the transformative power derived from engaging earnestly in bhakti process. What is the benefit of bhakti? We will get anything and everything. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavatam, what is said, even if you do not want anything from the Lord, or if you want everything from the Lord, still then you worship Krishna and he will give you. There is no doubt about it. And this is very, very important. And for that, we have to recognize the role of the spiritual guides, the sadhus, the spiritual master, and all the people, and moreover, the spiritual text, the all the shastras, we should follow them. Let us go to the next slide. Now, the association with pure devotees. This thing is coming up again and again because it is so, so important. The text powerfully highlights the transformative impact of associating with pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. Not only devotees, but pure devotees. A practice that paves the way for spiritual perfection and an unparalleled sense of fearlessness. Now, we should remember that if we follow the devotees who have the same power of the Supreme Lord, associate with the pure devotees, you just see a devotee from a distance, then also you are benefited. And what you get? Fearlessness. There is no fear at all. Now about fear, I will talk to you after I go through this slide. This is also very important. Where it is written that one becomes fearless, I'll tell you, it is in the Ramayana. Now this pivotal theme emerges in the initial verses where King Nimi passionately extols the virtues of associating with the nine Yogendras. And the nine Yogendras, they had come to King Nimi not by his invitation. King Nimi had not invited them. They came on their own to give their mercy, to shower their mercy on not only King Nimi, but all the residents of Ayodhya, and since it is given in the Shastras to all of us also, that is what is the greatness of the nine Yogendras. The concept reinforces the understanding that bhakti, that is devotional service, transcends mere personal endeavor. It is a communal experience. We should not think that on our own, single-handedly, we can learn all these things. We have to learn together in the community that liberates individuals from the shackles of material entanglements. And if we practice this bhakti, then we will be liberated from these material entanglements. And the supreme good, the notion of supreme good is articulated as a state free of fear and anxiety. We'll see this in greater detail, attainable solely through devotional service unto Bhagavan Sri Krishna. There is no doubt about it. That's why what we should do, we should have, we should practice devotional service for the Supreme Lord. And the persist inquiries regarding the Supreme Lord underscores humanity's quest for ultimate truth and liberation from the endless cycles of birth and death. If we want to stop this cycle of birth and death, so that in the next time we should not take birth from a mother, then we should practice devotional service and practice it very, very seriously. And then we will be benefited. And this elucidates the ultimate aspiration within the Vaishnava tradition, achieving eternal peace and a profound connection with the Supreme Being, starkly contrasting with the fleeting pursuits of material life. Now, what happens in this material world? Everything is temporary, they come and go. But in the spiritual world, everything is permanent. And if by chance at some point of time we go there, then we are always forever in service of the Supreme Lord, and we can see the Supreme Lord showering his mercy upon us. So this is what is the ultimate Vaishnava tradition, achieving an eternal peace and profound connection. I was talking about fear, where it is written that if you practice devotional service, then the fear will be gone. Now, there is not much time, but in a very short, I'll tell you the story which is given in Ramayana, that is Valmiki Ramayana. As you know, Vibhishana on a night at about 12 o'clock at night, he comes to Lord Rama to take his refuge. Now, at that time, what happened when Lord Rama asked his followers what should be done, then they advised him, no, you see, he is firstly the brother of the demon king, and he has come at 12 o'clock at night, and he has come with other people also, and he has got weapons with him. That's why please do not accept him. To this, the Supreme Lord, that is Lord Rama, what he said, you know, he said, if I wish, I can kill those devilish beings, demons, supernatural beings, and everybody living on the earth just by tip of my finger. Don't think that I have resolved to kill Ravana with the strength of these bears and the monkeys. Then, when Vibhisana came in front of Lord Rama, what he said, this is what is most important. He says, Sakrat eva prapannaya yas tabasmi cha uchyate abhayam sarvada tasmin dadami etan bratan mama. Means it is my vow that if anyone only once, sakra eva means only once, prapannasya, that means surrenders unto me, saying that, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours, and prays to me for courage, I shall immediately award courage to that person, and he will always remain safe from that time. This is the verse from Valmiki Ramayana, Yuddha Kanda. This was spoken by Lord Rama. So this is what is the importance. The Lord is himself promising, if we surrender unto him, he will make us fearless, and we will be very, very happy. We will have no fears of anything else. So that is what is all. Then, okay, we will have a 2-3 minutes break, and in that, if you have any questions or comments, you can ask.
Hare Krishna, Sharad Prabhuji. So nice you give example of Vibhishan, because we talk fear. So the fear is there, but how we understand how to deal with the fear. That is what devotee, understand that. And the example of Vibhishan is so appropriate. He comes in the middle of night with a weapon and intention just before war to start, and coming from opposite party, warrior party. So it makes all that combination. How the Lord enacts this lila, so that all ingredients are together and we get a message, as you mentioned, right? When he comes and surrenders to me, I protect him. That is what you are saying. It's so nice, Prabhuji. That's sloka. So
Yes,
these
yes.
are some, yeah.
What Lord Rama says, there is another verse also in that, about 10 verses before this, what I recited. It says, Pisachan, Danavan, Yakshan, Prithibhyam, Chaiva Rakshashan, Anguli Agrena Tan Hanyam, Ichan Harigana Iswara. That means just by lifting my finger, I can destroy anybody and everybody in this complete universe. There is no requirement of you people or the monkeys. I can do that. But why he was doing? Because he wanted, that was a relation with them, and he wanted to give pleasure to them, and he wanted to elevate them to that status of devotee. So this is what is okay. Let us go to the next slide. Okay. The nature of devotion. The text profoundly delineates the essence of true devotion, characterized by selflessness. We should be rendering selfless service to the Supreme Lord. Unconditional love. It should not be because we want some help, we should want something from the Lord, that's why we have to love Him. No, not that. And the absence of personal ambition, we should not have any personal ambition. If I become a devotee, then everybody will worship me, everybody will talk about me in the town and like this. There should not be any personal ambition. The aim of devotional service is to please the Supreme Lord and nothing else. And through vivid examples of the Lord's reciprocation with his genuine devotees, he always reciprocates with devotees. It is clear that authentic service invites divine presence and grace. If we are authentic devotees, then we'll see or feel the presence of the Supreme Lord, and his grace was always there, is always there, and in future also we'll see his grace will be there on us. And this underscores the unique nature of bhakti as a selfless, loving relationship with Lord, setting it apart from the spiritual practices that may focus on individual liberation or material benefits, like the jnanis or the yogis or the other faiths. We'll see them in our subsequent classes also. Fearlessness in devotional service. Fear, we spoke about fear. Fear is portrayed as an intrinsic facet of material existence, convincingly dispelled through the practice of bhakti. Now, everybody is fearful in this material world. There is fear of something or the other. Fear of, say, animals, fear of the government, fear of the other countries attacking us. Or there are so many things. And fear is there in every stage. But when one practices devotional service, the devotee becomes fearless. All these things do not affect him. That's how a devotee is much different from anybody else. And the text relentlessly affirms that sincere devotion empowers individuals to rise above the fears tethered to mundane life. In mundane life, there are so many fears, but for the devotee, the proper devotee, there is no fear at all. He does not have to fear anybody because he believes that the Lord is behind us and he will certainly help me under all conditions. And this theme powerfully underscores the protective and nurturing essence of devotional service, suggesting that authentic spiritual practice not only offers liberation but also instills a profound sense of security and peace. And now the security and peace, they are very, very important. And how that is established by devotional service, because when fear goes, then peace comes, and one feels that he is totally secured. And this is how devotional service also helps us in our day-to-day life. That's why there is nothing better than devotional service. Let us go to the next slide. Understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Lord Krishna. The text profoundly delineated the essence of true devotion, characterized by selfless, unconditional love and an absence of personal ambition. This we saw. And through all the 3 points we have already seen, let us go to the next point. The role of the spiritual master. In the earlier class also we saw that it is very, very essential to accept a spiritual master, because without his assistance, will not be able to understand what is devotional service, what we are supposed to do, what is given in the Shastras, because there are so many conflicting, so-called conflicting statements, so they are there. That's why there is a requirement of accepting a spiritual master, and the various qualities of a spiritual master, that is also given in various Shastras, that also you know. The text in unequivocally emphasize the indispensable role of a bona fide spiritual master in guiding devotees on their journey towards spiritual enlightenment. That means it is a must. If somebody thinks I'll be able to practice devotional service without the assistance of anybody, that is not the correct notion one should have. And this concept is intricately woven throughout the discussions, serving as a vital compass to navigate the complexities inherent in spiritual practice and understanding. It underscores the profound importance of humility. What is the main or most important quality of a devotee? It is humility. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna. We should accept that humility and surrender. Surrender means surrendering to the Supreme Lord, surrendering everything to the Supreme Lord in the devotional process. And we should not think that we can surmount a problem without his assistance. If you leave everything to him, then certainly the Lord will help and will be able to get over the problem very, very easily, highlighting that true guidance is essential for transcending ignorance and dispelling misunderstanding. There are so many misunderstandings, and there is a lot of ignorance in us that will be resolved if we accept a spiritual master. That means after doing all this spiritual practice, what we should do, we should uh, offer it to the Supreme Lord so that nothing remains with us and we do not get bound by the fruits of karma. Then the next slide will see the integration of all activities in devotion. This is very, very important. The notion that every action can be transformed into an act of devotional service by dedicating it to the Supreme Lord is profoundly articulated throughout the text. Dedicate everything to the Supreme Lord. Now, even in our day-to-day activities, we carry on so many things. Like you'll say, suppose I am going to purchase vegetables from the market. How can this be devotional service? Yes, this is devotional service because I am going to the market to purchase the vegetables so that they can be prepared and offered to the Lord. That means we should connect everything to the Lord, and various verses encourage devotees to seamlessly incorporate their daily lives into the service of Krishna, effectively merging the material and the spiritual. Now, this is very, very important. We may think we are dealing with material things. All the vegetables, all the things we are offering to the Supreme Lord is material. But it is not so. When it is offered, then it becomes spiritual. That means there is a connection between the material and spiritual. And more of it we'll hear when Charu Prabhuji's book is published. Now, this approach champions a comprehensive view of spirituality, asserting that every facet of life can be harmonized with a divine purpose, resulting in a fluid and enriching experience of devotion. Everything we can channel toward the devotional service to the Supreme Lord to satisfy Him, and we will be benefited in the process. And the cultivation of love of God, we are talking of devotional service, loving devotional service. What about it? The cultivation of pure love of God. Please remember, if it comes spontaneously, that is in Raga Bhakti, that is far better. But we are not at that stage. That's why we have to develop that. And how we have to develop, it will come by grace of the Supreme Lord and not with our efforts. That's why we should keep on doing our job as sincerely as possible. The cultivation of pure love of God is portrayed as the ultimate aspiration of devotional practice, culminating in ecstatic experiences that elevate the soul. The ecstatic experiences will come on their own, and the Lord will be happy, and because He is observing us at all the times, even while we are having this class. Please remember, He is hearing this, He is listening to this, and He knows how sincere we are. Or if we are not sincere, that is, will also be known to Him. The text vividly illustrates how love can express itself in myriad forms. In what all forms? In joy. That means when you see the Supreme Lord's deity, if you are joyful, if you are laughing, and if you are in divine oneness, that signify an intense spiritual connection with the Supreme Lord. And this theme encapsulates the transformative essence of bhakti. presenting love as the pinnacle of spiritual attainment that transcends mere ritualistic endeavors. Ritualistic endeavors, they are of no use at all. Now, we are talking of detachment and how to become detached. Now, detachment is often mistaken to mean that we don't care or we don't feel compassion or we are lazy, but that is not detachment. True detachment means that we are not disturbed by external events or material thoughts and emotions. Please remember, this is very, very important. True detachment means we are not at all disturbed by external events which are happening or the material thoughts and emotions which are coming to our mind every now and then. And the reason why we are not disturbed is because of our deep connection and attachment to the Supreme Lord. Because the Lord says in Gita, in the 5th chapter, such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. And in this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, or he concentrates on the Supreme Lord, that is me. And having inner detachment is very, very powerful, because if we are convinced of doing some action, we'll pursue it wholeheartedly, but without being attached to the result. Karmanne badikavaste ma phaleshu kadachana. And if we succeed, that is fine. And if we don't succeed, we'll either try again or move to something else. We are attached to doing our best, and at the same time, we let go of the result. And this is what is most important. Go to the next slide. Detachment from material desire. Detachment emerges from a fundamental quality of a devotee, cultivated through the practice of bhakti and the profound experience of divine love. If we are in love with the Supreme Lord, if we are practice devotional service, basically hearing, chanting, and the other angas of bhakti, then detachment will be given to us without any problem. The stark contrast between the cycles of material attachment and the liberating nature of spiritual detachment is emphasized, showcasing the liberating power of devotion. This is what is the power of devotional service. Now, this theme embodies the Vaishnava perspective, asserting that authentic freedom and peace, they do not stem from renouncing the world. You do not have to become a sannyasi and go to a forest or a mountain, but from engaging in wholeheartedly in the service of the Supreme Lord. If we engage ourselves in devotional service of the Supreme Lord, loving devotional service, then we will get anything and everything. And we should not bother about that. Then the unity in diversity, the teachings eloquently advocate for an understanding of the simultaneous oneness and difference between God and His creations. Now, more of it we will be studying in the later classes, but there is no difference between the Lord and His creation. They are same at the same time. They are not same. Simultaneous oneness and difference. That is Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Now promoting a balanced perspective on the spiritual and material existence. The integration of both personal and impersonal aspects of the divine is thoroughly addressed, fostering a comprehensive view of spirituality. Now we spoke about impersonal aspects, but please be certain that the Lord is both personal and impersonal. But we, the Vaishnava devotees, we are talking of the personal God only. And this theme is crucial for grasping the nuanced nature of reality in theistic context, avoiding the extremes of dualism, monoism, all the things, terms we'll be studying later on, and encouraging a holistic and enriching approach to spirituality. And in conclusion, these thematic elements collectively encapsulate the profound essence of the teachings found in text 30 to 43, offering invaluable insights into the nature of devotion, the role of the Supreme Lord, and the unparalleled transformative power of pure bhakti in the devotee's life. This all things they tell about the power of bhakti, what we can achieve by practicing devotional service. Then in the next slide, we see unalloyed devotional service of pure bhakti. The core message across this text emphasizes the profound importance of engaging in devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And this practice is highlighted as the pinnacle of human existence, offering a direct pathway of spiritual realization and a deeper connection with the divine. Now, we have studied all these things and how we saw that this devotional service, what we spoke about, this is the highest practice one can follow, and we should follow. And in this way, we will be able to realize the Supreme Lord. And the repetitive emphasis on bhakti underscores its indispensable role in transcending the illusions of material existence and attaining liberation from fear and suffering. We saw fear and suffering, how they can be discarded, they can go away by practicing devotional service. Bhakti is recognized as the most effective path within the framework of Krishna consciousness, standing in stark contrast to the spiritual practices that may foster pride or destruction. And through bhakti, devotees can break free from material attachment and rediscover their true identity as servants of the Supreme Lord. And association of the devotees, the text illuminate the invaluable role of associating with pure devotees, portraying this connection as a priceless treasure for spiritual growth and realization. This is very, very important, is associating with devotees of sadhu sangha. The recognition of the transformative power of such association highlights the necessity of community and guidance on the spiritual path. And that means it is not alone, it is with the other friends, relatives, and other like-minded people, and with the guidance of the senior devotees, the spiritual master, the sadhu, engaging with pure devotees. Service serves to inspire and elevate one's bhakti practice. And this theme accentuates the relational dimension of spirituality, demonstrating that individual progress is often nurtured by the support and examples of those who embody unwavering devotion and purity. And when we see other devotees, they are progressing, and we see their behavior, then we also get encouraged by them and we follow that path. That's why it is very important. There is importance of community and also guidance in this devotional service. Okay, let us see. Okay, I have come to the end of today's class. Now the session is open for question and answers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So condensed message, bhakti we are talking about again and again. So condensed message of how community, basically devotional service can only be performed with other devotees and not in isolation. That example highlights and gives so many different examples how the community helps. I remember one instance, Prabhuji, other religion, I'm not naming directly, but also they said that God has created everything, it is for our service. So that means all animals, everything is meant for our enjoyment, and other people, even man believes the other woman are also for my enjoyment. But look at the contract here. The Lord's creation is there, how we use in his service, not in our service, like you use it for us to enjoy, and then worship the Lord, follow the scripture. But here every part is, it's a mention. Another part, Prabhuji, right in the slide, second slide, very important thing is that why we go to the sadhus, because sadhus are, they are not having their own intention, they don't have their own of anything. They are only to assist you, right? They help you without any their own self-interest. There is again Sloka is in Hari part also is said that without some heat, the great sages, they will not reveal the absolute truth, right? What is the required? So nice. I was mesmerized the way Charupur also put that, because I'm reading also those slokas there, but how he condensed them and puts into different categories and brings out the best of highlighting the points. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you to you, and thank you to Charu Prabhuji. Very nice, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. This is very, very important, this community, the role of community in devotional service. This we should understand. And when we get time, we should attend the community services, congregational services, if possible. That will help us also. I hope you have been able to hear me, because there is a lot of disturbance outside. Some marriage party is going.
No, we can hear you.
Just,
No, Prabhuji,
we can hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji,
We can hear you clearly.
We heard, and you put a very good context where was required from Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramayana, Prabhuji. So nicely elaborated, giving very vivid examples. Very nice. Thank you.
any other comment?
प्रभु जी, भय के बारे में जो आपने बताया प्रभु जी, तो भागवतम का भी एक ऐसा अच्छा श्लोक है कि शोक मोह भयापह।
Yes, yes.
यस्यावे शृणुमाणाय कृष्ण परम पुरुषे भक्ति उत्पद्यते पुंसा शोक मोह भयापह। उसमें भी बताया कि कथा सुनने से शोक मोह और भय दोनों तीनों आपके चले जाएंगे। वो भी बहुत अच्छा श्लोक है प्रभु जी।
Yes, yes. If you read the Mahatmya of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find that if you just recite one text of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, you are totally benefited. All the benefits, they accrue to you. That's why we should make a practice of uttering at least one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and one verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita every day at any time. And I do it twice, 3 times a day.
So wonderful class प्रभु जी, thank you so much. So many takeaways, मतलब हमें भक्ति में आगे बढ़ना है तो ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत ही यूजफुल है प्रभु जी।
Yes, yes, yes. That is very, very important. And
Just
in the next
reading.
class, we'll see in very great detail the types of the devotees, that is Uttama, Madhyama, and Kanishta. What is the difference, and all these things, all the doubts about that, it will be cleared in the next class.
So, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranam. So, as you mentioned, like just reading one sloka of Bhagavad Gita is also a devotional service. Or hearing while coming to office or going to office or coming to home, okay, is also comes under devotional service. Yes, Prabhu. Not only just doing it in anything in a temple. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All these are services.
Any other comment or question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The gist of the shloka is only devotional service, and how we can increase our devotional services by going in sadhu sang, by hearing, by chanting, all this in community we can increase. This is the gist. I think.
We spoke about hearing and chanting. We should do hearing and chanting more. It is not that in ISKCON you are told 16 rounds. You should do more number of rounds. And
yes,
with the electronic means, the scientific means, we should associate with the devotees. That is all the discourses which are being given. They are also available in YouTube. But please remember, when you are following the YouTube, you don't follow anybody and everybody. the known persons who are in the disciplic succession, please hear them and
Yes,
correlate them by studying what is given in the all the shastras. Like what I do when I hear the sloka, say of Mahabharata or any of the Puranas, I try to find out where it is and what is the actual meaning. If you do all these things, then that will be imprinted in your memory and you will be able to remember it for a long time.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, so basically the root cause of Shoka, Moha and Bhaya is desire only, no? So if there is desire, there will be Shok, there will be Moh, and there will be fear also. That's why
Yes,
you say you shouldn't have desire.
yes. If we practice devotional service, then at least fear will go and will attain peace. That is very, very important because there is no peace in this material world. Everything, there are so many things affecting us. And if we practice devotional service, then our perspective will change. Not that the world will change, not that there will be no troubles. The troubles will be there, the material world will exist as it is existing, but our perspective will change. We will see them differently. And we will not fear them at all. You start practicing, suppose there is a problem comes, a very serious problem, and you just leave it to the Lord and wholeheartedly, and you see the difference. I have tried this. It is actually much easier to be resolved that way.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But we think we have got the power, the potency, and we can resolve everything in this world. We can resolve all the problems, which is not the case. You just leave it to the Supreme Lord and you will see the difference.
प्रभु जी फिर कोई वरीज नहीं रहती, वरीज ही नहीं खत्म हो जाती है तो लाइफ इज डिफरेंट, लाइफ टोटली चेंजेस.
Yes, but it is very difficult for us to accept this fact.
Yes, Prabhuji, that is the problem.
If we
Hare Krishna प्रभु जी I have one query that मेरा जो पूरा मेरा जो एसोसिएशन है प्रभु जी, जो मेरा ग्रुप जो है वो मुंबई में है, मैं बड़ौदा में हूँ और मेरे घर पे इतना सपोर्ट नहीं है कि मैं एवरी वीक जा सकूँ. एवरी वीक के जो प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं तो मैं नहीं जा पा रही हूँ, तो मुझे बहुत ही अंदर अंदर गिल्टी हो रही कि मैं इतना लाइव एसोसिएशन नहीं मिल रहा है मुझे. ये यूट्यूब में हर रोज क्लासेस अटेंड करती हूँ मगर मेरे ग्रुप से, मगर वो ऑनलाइन ही होते. तो मुझे मतलब मैं कभी कभी बहुत ही करती हूँ तो एकादशी में मुझे जाने को मिलता है कि चलो भाई एक दिन, मगर अदर्स आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. सो मुझे बहुत ही वो फील होता है कि मैं लाइव एसोसिएशन, क्योंकि एवरी टाइम हमारे क्लासेस में होता है कम्युनिटी में जाना चाहिए, उनकी सर्विसेज होनी चाहिए, तो वो मेरी नहीं है प्रभु जी. तो इसी वजह से मुझे बहुत ही गिल्टी लगती है, मुझे गिल्टी फील होता है. तो
yes, that feeling is actually purifying you, and that is a transcendental thing. Yes, one day the Lord will give you a chance, there is no doubt, but all these things, these tribulations, they are purifying the heart, purifying the mind, and certainly you are being benefited because mentally you are connected to them. You are mentally connected to the devotees. And that devotee association is or congregational that association is available to you through your mind, so you are still benefited. As far as possible we should try, but if it is not there, then like these classes, we are in different places, different countries, but it seems as if we are together only. And this is also congregational meeting with the devotees.
यस
Yeah,
प्रभु जी,
Prabhu.
मगर लाइव नहीं मिल पाते प्रभु जी, जो लाइव में होता है मतलब सबके साथ है, सबके मतलब जब जब भी मैं यात्रा में जाती हूँ तभी बहुत अच्छा लगता है क्योंकि सब डिवोटी को मुझे मिलने को होता है। मगर फिर वापस आ जाती हूँ तो फिर वही अकेली अकेली रहती हूँ, सब अकेली होती हूँ मैं।
Yes, that feeling will be different. That will be, you will get much more benefited. But still, if we are doing electronically, that is also, you are also getting the benefit. There is no doubt about it. Maybe a little less.
It's a pretty
But
close by.
but that is an
Pretty close.
alternative.
Yeah, हम जो
ओके
मिल
प्रभु
रहे
जी,
हैं वो
थैंक यू सो मच।
it's a close enough. Next best, you know. And you're Raksha Mataji, you are doing great service, you know. So don't feel bad about it. भगवान आपके लिए कुछ न कुछ करेंगे जरूर. You are such a sincere devotee, you know.
Any other
थैंक यू
comment?
प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
देखो ये डिजायर की बात कर रहे थे ना, समता माता जी ने आज का डिजायर की बात, ये ऐसी डिजायर होनी चाहिए जो रक्षा माता बोल रही है ना, ऐसी डिजायर होनी चाहिए। ये डिजायर को कैसे ट्रांसफर किया करना है वो सबसे बड़ी बात है। you cannot kill the desire is always there. We are a human being, you know, but all you can do is to transform it, you know, and the transforming nature of bhakti itself comes into play there.
Yeah, Prabhuji, since we are, Prabhuji, I have a question on that because since Samta Mataji raised very nice thing,
Yeah.
desire. So sometimes desire as a kama is a common word because desire can be, simple. I want a house, I want this, I want that. That is desire. Another desire is also kama, is coined with a lust also, Prabhuji. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Lord also says. So how
Yeah.
to differentiate the
ये बहुत
kama
अच्छी
can
बात
be.
है।
Yeah.
You see, that's we have discussed many times. This kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha,
Matsar.
matsarya. These are the 6 enemies of the mind,
Yeah.
and these are born from the lower modes of material nature. भगवान कहते हैं ना, देखो भगवत गीता में कितनी बार है, we repeat that verses, you know.
Right.
So that when you come to bhakti platform, he removes that and replaces with the mode of goodness. When you simply hear about him, chant Hare Krishna, associate with the devotees. So ये जो है शोक मोह भय, they are very dangerous elements. They don't let us stay peacefully, you know. Ye modes of material nature are very difficult to control. But only if we can serve in bhakti process, then because once you start moving into the mode of goodness, sattva guna, then sattvam sanjayate jnanam, sattvam yad brahma darshanam. ये बहुत logically बताया गया है, you know. It's very logically. This is the way to do it, you know. But many people don't know yet. उस भागवत में वो भी एक वर्ष बहुत अच्छा वर्ष है, you know, कि लोकस्य जाना तो, that's why Srila Vyasadeva compiled the Bhagavatam, you know. यस्याम, you know, जो वर्ष है कितना ब्यूटीफुल वर्ष है।
Yes, but that Kam, Krodh, Mad, Moh, those Shad-rupis are there. But again, that particular Kama is, my question was very specific. It brought to the lust also. Because Krishna talks in Bhagavad Gita, right? It's only the lust, Arjuna, that the propels one with a rational mind also to act like irrationally, right? That kind of
Yeah.
that word is. So this lust is it a Kama is called the lust, or the lust is
No,
also the sexual
lust could be
desire?
so many. Lust could be so many different desires. I mean, outrightly people think it's a sexual desire, but lust could be so many. Power के लिए भी सब चाहिए, you know, and to control somebody, that's also lust. So
Okay.
lust take many different kinds of forms, many different forms. So
Okay. So
There is another explanation also, like say you are talking of karma. Suppose somebody says, I must have this car. Now, at one point of time, if he says, I want this car at all costs. Whatever may happen to me, I want it. And I am ready to sacrifice anything and everything for with me. And that is what is lost. That is means
Okay.
deeper, the karma in a much deeper form.
Okay. Guruji, why I'm asking? Because I remember almost 10 years back, Lakshmi Muni Mataji, she is Srila Prabhupada disciple. I was in Torrington Temple. So we were asked to give a Bhagavatam class and she was this hearing. So I was trying to camouflage the word lust in a, not going in a sexual, but she said no. She stopped me and says that it means like that. So I was always grappled with understand, but you give a good example. If it's so that is also greed, Prabhuji, right? So then
Yes.
how you I want this car but at any cost. So is that not a greed or lust? Then how to separate out these two words also?
Lust is it is a very the higher form.
Okay. Okay.
We discussed this one of the other courses also. We discussed this thing very in a great length. We discussed.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
But the biggest obstacle to us, even if somebody has and, he has been able to control all the six enemies, then also there still remains another enemy, and that never goes from the human beings, and that is the intention or the desire to remain very prominent. I should be very prominent here. People should respect me. They should prostrate before me. This type of feeling, but this is most dangerous of all. And one can get rid of the other things, but this last thing is very difficult to get rid of.
Yeah, that Narad Muni's example, that I could conquer and go tell Shivaji and, to go to the Narayan. Thank you.
Actually, Narad Muni acts on the wish of Lord, the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord wants to do so many things so that we learn from that. It is not that Narad Muni has no control or something. It is not that at all, because we have to learn from somebody, and people learn from great people only.
इसको लोक शिक्षा के लिए कुछ।
Yes, yes.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Dandavat pranam, Mataji.
Prabhu ji, Samta Mataji said about desire. If there are two devotees and they are doing seva, so if there are common sevas, na Prabhuji, then problem comes. No friction. We can see the friction and conflicts among the devotees, and slowly ego increases, and it goes in competition mode. So how to take it? Because it is seva only, no, to please Lord. So, but their intention is also good. But so how it can be taken? So what can be the outcomes of this?
Okay, what is wrong in this? Two devotees are there. They are competing with each other.
Yes.
Competing for what? I want to be seen as better than so and so. That is what is not good. Suppose, say, flower service to the Lord. Now, I'll be able to decorate the Lord better than the other person. Yes, if one has got the ability, one can. But if somebody thinks I am better than the other person, that is what is not good.
You see, Radhavinath Prabhuji, all these six enemies of the mind, there's exact counterparts on devotional services also there. There's a big difference. Remember, gopis, they had this envy for each other. Who can serve Krishna? Who is dear to me, and all this like that. So there's a counterpart is there too. But and they are good actually. In fact, Krishna created that Matsarya, that envy, It's really not a matsari. Matsari is a bad word actually. The envy could be fear. Hanumanji had a fear, right?
Yeah.
So that fear is a desirable. That that particular desire to serve the Lord, that mamatva, Lord is all mine. These are all actually come to the devotional platform also, and these are the desirable elements. You know, so you see, you don't have to. You have to think about it. So Nityaske Mataji, these are depends on just like Prabhuji had said that, right? That when you want to bring down somebody out of envy, then that is a bad element. Even on the devotional platform, when you develop that kind of, generally it doesn't happen that way. Okay, very rarely it happens. When the devotee is still not advanced and a material platform, actually I have seen in my uh, uh, disciples, my guru brothers and guru sisters, that elements I've seen that sometimes, they want to bring down somebody, fellow devotee, who is getting too much. They think that they are getting too much, kind of a publicity of they are more dear to their Guru Maharaj. That kind of jealousy is there, and that one has to be watch out for that. That's a very dangerous element. Very dangerous element.
Yes, if you see the gopis, they are a different class altogether.
Yeah.
And if you see when Krishna went away from the Rasa dance, then both the groups they united because their purpose was common to find out Krishna. And all of them together they saying that what is given in Srimad Bhagavatam as Gopi Gita.
Prabhuji, I think Bhagavatam, there's a one slokas I don't remember, but it says that, how in the spiritual world, right? All there are beautiful plants, but since Lord likes Tulsi, so all other plants say that Tulsi, your service is the top, right? There's one that example, like Radha Rani is the best. So other gopis are also there. Since Krishna loves the Radha Rani, so everybody say Radha, you only serve the Lord. Same way, all birds, right? There are beautiful parrot and so many things. But the black, what you call that, bringer out, what you call that, that it is a, it's called buzzing sound, but it's not so palatable. But Radharani loves or Krishna loves, so that all other takes a back seat. So again, coming back to that very nice, it's like, that problem is that what is your intention, right? Your intention to bring down somebody and show your, as both of you are mentioning, then it's a very bad. But your intention is to, in that case, you support somebody else. It doesn't make that you have to be only top, right? If somebody is doing devotional service, do little bit, to assist him, because Krishna sees who is at the last chain of service. He doesn't see who is the in front, right? That example is also given. So
This,
if you need, yeah,
this is what we are talking about. It's not just academic or theoretical. And I've seen in personally,
yeah,
some devotees are so much envious there. They do all kind of things to bring you down.
Prabhuji, this is a
Okay,
common in
Prabhuji,
all.
if you permit me, Sharad Prabhuji, since we are coming to the almost to the end, I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming course.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, we have received that last you sent the schedule.
Because everybody is here now, and lot of pressure is on me, because remember I need to, do my thesis and everything, dissertation writing and everything, and I'm taking too many responsibilities. Look at this, you see the schedule.
Yes,
So many classes I need to do. I'm taking this thing. So Radha Vinod Prabhuji, if you're available, I would like to assign you some of the lectures.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Prasad Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my only thing is that I'm traveling from 26th January to 1st of March, Prabhuji. Then I'm here. I got internet here. I'm transiting in 2-3 places, but I got a Wi-Fi in
Okay.
all the places so that I can connect easily. I'm doing all that, but I am available after 1st March, Prabhuji. I will take up whatever you give.
After
After
1st March, right?
Yes, I will do.
Okay, so I'll assign you some, because you notice that how many lectures
I
I'm
know.
taking. It'll be difficult for me to focus on my thesis.
Yeah.
See, I first assigned to Sharad Prabhuji, but he is going to Vrindavan. Oh, Sharad Prabhuji, you have to do something about this Vrindavan. If you go that long and everything, you need to fix your internet issue there.
Yes,
You know?
that I am doing this time.
Yeah. So you because this is very important actually. Oh,
Yes.
Prasad Prabhu, are you there? Prasad Prabhuji?
Yes, Prasad Prabhu.
He's left. Okay. Um, Archana Mataji is there? No. The reason is that everybody cannot do these lectures are very, very difficult. Okay. The subject matter is extremely complex.
Yes.
And so I cannot assign each and everybody in our group like that. I have to be very selective because it's a very demanding. You really need to learn and read those sutras, those Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan direct commentary, because in my PowerPoints so much I can put it, not everything, right? So the person who is going to give a talk, giving a lecture, he or she needs to read much larger amount of material. That is what I'm worried about that. So I can only assign only few selective peoples only, not because I like somebody better, and it's not like that. I like every one of you, but it's very difficult. It requires some kind of experience. So Radhavendra Prabhuji, if you can take after March, you'll be okay,
Yes,
right?
yes, I'll be okay, Prabhuji. Then I'm mostly here only, and then I'll be going to Toronto. So I have again back. I don't have any other thing.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I'll
But
contact.
you will need to spend quite a bit time.
I will spend time because this
Okay.
11 Canto Prabhuji is very important. Just to in a 30-second, I had been to Dwarika Prabhuji. I went to Somnath, where Lord Krishna tells to Uddhava, talks to Uddhava in Triveni Sangam. Those are three rivers meeting together, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I had I had opportunity there for yesterday, and that is the place he sits and tells to the Uddhava. All the Gita was spoken. As I was going to the place, I was remembering you. This is the 11th Canto we are going to do. 11th Canto is also top of mind because we have also one very great saintly person in our Varkari Sampradaya. He was asked to comment only 11th Canto. 11th Canto. It's very profound. He has such a big book giving references. The way you are bringing, I was mesmerized. I wanted to study that, but your book, the way you are bringing, probably the clarity, it's full of philosophy, lot of philosophy. 11th Canto is full of philosophy. It's helping that way. So I am motivated in more than one way to read more on that. That's what
Roji,
I'm
but
telling.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about 11th Canto right now. I'm
Okay.
talking about the Govinda Bhashya.
Bhash. I will also do that. Okay, I'll do that, Prabhuji. Yes.
I need help in that situation,
Yeah.
in that particular course.
Yeah, I will do,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Yeah, Harish.
Sharad Prabhuji, I need some recommendation from you also, who I can assign other than which I already done that. But remember, Raksha Mataji is a very good devotee. Raksha Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
હું તમને એટલા માટે બહુ ડિફિકલ્ટ
ના
ફિલોસોફી
પ્રભુજી મને ખબર છે મારે બી એટલે મને મેં જયારે જોયું ને લિસ્ટ મને સારું લાગ્યું એટલા માટે કે આઈ એમ નોટ એલિજિબલ પ્રભુજી બીકોઝ મને ખબર
નો
છે
નો યુ આર એલિજિબલ, યુ આર પરફેક્ટલી એલિજિબલ. એમાં શું છે કે એટલી ડીપ ફિલોસોફી છે, તમને ખબર છે મારે કેટલું ડીપલી સ્ટડી કરવું પડે ત્યારે મને
યસ
સમજ પડે.
પ્રભુજી યસ પ્રભુ નહીં પ્રભુજી એઝ અ હાઉસ વાઇફ મારે કિચનની બહુ મોટી ડ્યુટી હોય
ટાઈમ
છે.
બી યા એક્ઝેક્ટલી
યસ પ્રભુજી એટલે મને સારું લાગ્યું કારણ કે
you
મને
don't feel
એટલે
bad about it,
ટેન્શન
okay?
થતું.
It's બહુ ટેન્શન બહુ જ મસ્ત ટાઈમ
ના
આપવો
ના ના
પડે
ના
છે.
જરા પણ વાંધો નથી પ્રભુજી આઈ એમ સો રિયલી હેપી બીકોઝ મને મારી કેપેસિટી ખબર છે પ્રભુજી. થેન્ક યુ
But તમે
પ્રભુજી.
you are excellent devotee, no doubt about it. But slowly આવશે તમને બી, Nitya Sakhi Mataji, I have assigned some classes to you also. Are you there, Nitya Sakhi Mataji?
Yes,
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here.
Yeah, I have assigned some classes for you also. Quite a bit, quite a few classes actually.
Yes, Prabhuji, as you feel.
Go through that. But you also, I'll tell you that you also need to read this Govinda Bhashya
Yes,
commentary also,
yes,
in
Prabhuji.
order to, as a part of your preparation, okay? My
That,
PowerPoint will be there. It will be great help to you, but you need to do some background work in order to for you to understand.
yes, Prabhuji.
Prasad, are you back? Are you back?
Yes,
Prasad, Prabhuji?
yes, Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
I
he
just got
just
a call and
asked
then
me,
again
but
back. Yeah. Yes,
I
Prabhu.
wanted
Sorry,
to
Prabhu.
tell you that your availability, if I can give you, I can assign you some more lectures. I've assigned
Yes,
you
yes, Prabhu.
one
Yes, Prabhu. You can assign, Prabhu.
couple of lectures I've assigned, but I need to assign you some more,
Yes,
because
Prabhu. You can assign more, Prabhu. No problem. Yes,
you
Prabhu.
are fully capable,
Yes, yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
right? So you don't mind. Can you tell me about the availability of your time? Is that okay? You tell me some block of time that you are busy with something else, then I won't give you those dates. So if you can just send me a little text message or something, which time is permitted. You look at my schedule, I sent you
Yes, Prabhu.
that, and look at which one do you think you can take,
Yes, Prabhu. Sure, Prabhu. I
All
will
right?
see. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Radhavenu Prabhu, so I can count on you, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. That philosophy, in
After
fact,
March.
you give me, I'll go through that and read it, Prabhuji. I was trying to do myself many years back. In fact, I had those all that Baldev Vidyabhushan's PDF, right? So I shared with
Yeah.
others
Yeah.
also. So I'm interested in that to understand, because there you need to know Dvait, Advait, and so many other people talking,
See,
right?
that's
All
right.
that concepts are required. Yes,
The teaching
different
is
things.
the best way to learn. Teaching is the best
Right.
way to learn.
Yes.
Because
And
then you need to prepare it very nicely. Sharad Prabhuji can vouch for that, how much
correct.
it helps. Teaching is much
Right.
sure way to learn deeper,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay,
And
Prabhuji, it's
yeah.
time for us to conclude the class now.
Okay. And the Nrsinga prayers, any volunteer?
Good class, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. I can do the Narsimha prayers.
Okay, okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadadaine. Praladadadaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Shilatankanakalaye ito narsimha parato narsimha ito narsimha parato narsimha yato yato yami tato narsimha yato yami tato narsimha Bali narsimha hridaye narsimha Bahi Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha, Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapati, Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapati, Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam, Adbhuta Shringam, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanubringam, Keshavadrita, Naraharirupa, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Tava Karakamalavare Nakam, Adbhuta Shringam, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanubringam, Keshavadrita Naraharirupa, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jayo Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Narsimhadev, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। प्रभु जी धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. Thank you all the devotees. We meet tomorrow morning Indian time.
Thank you, Prabhu
Thank
ji,
you.
for wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Sharu
for
Prabhu
the
ji. Dandat
wonderful
pranam.
session.
Hare
Dandat pranam to all
Ji,
you.
Dandavat
Dandat
pranam.
pranam.
Thank you.